Hey everyone, this is Rachel. Thanks for clicking on my video. And I came in today with a little bit of gossip. Now, this first story of I did not want to list under gossip, but there is a reason why I did, and I'll explain that reason later. So, everyone is aware of Auntie Fee. Now, she is a YouTube sensation that made it big, cooking for everyone, showing us how to take a little bit of nothing and make a hell of a meal out of it. If you ever watched any of Auntie Fee's cooking shows, you know it was her and her son Travis, and she would be in her kitchen cooking her ass off and cussing her ass off. And she was just a funny, loving woman, just full and just had a great big old heart. Well, yesterday, this story came out that she had died of a massive heart attack. And then, like within an hour, they came back and said that no, she hadn't died, but she was in critical condition on life support. Now, the reason why I said I didn't want to list this as gossip is because this. A lot of these news agencies and, you know, rag magazines, they rush to a story, meaning that they hurry up and put out a story before they have all the facts. And last night, I think that's what they did with Auntie Fee. I think it's safe to say today that she has passed, but that back and forth last night kind of angered me. Now, I know a lot of people have said that the family had put out that Auntie Fee had passed. Now, here's what I think may have happened. I believe that she was rushed to the hospital and, wasn't feeling well. And then once she got there, they realized that she was having a heart attack. And maybe she had died, but the family wasn't ready to put out a statement yet. And maybe TMZ and news outlets like that or gossip outlets like that had rushed to put the story out, which confused Auntie Fee's fans, and it also upset us. We were all praying for her, hoping that she pulled through it, and it was just very upsetting last night. I watched this woman's shows. I fell in love with her and her son, and I just liked her style. She reminded me of growing up and being in your grandmother's kitchen or one of your auntie's kitchens, and they're trying to get a meal on the table, but there's a whole bunch going on, so they're cussing and fussing, but it's all filled with love. Now, they said that what happened is she hadn't been feeling well over the weekend and she started vomiting, and her family rushed her to the hospital, which, later on we realized that she had, had a major heart attack, and she probably was in critical condition fighting for her life and then eventually died. My only thing is I wish sometimes these gossip magazines and gossip websites would take a moment and wait until they get all of the facts. Because last night when I saw this, I was like, oh my God. And then I immediately started praying for her and for her family. And now that I think we can confirm that she has passed, my condolences go out to her family. Her son Travis, oh my God. I know that young man has to be somewhere all broken up. And Auntie Fee had hundreds of thousands of fans that just loved her. So my heart goes out to that family, and I hope God is with them at this time. The next story up, y'all, is about Dr. Jackie and her husband Curtis. Now, if you watch Married to Medicine, you know Dr. Jackie is one of the doctors on that show. And a lot of times on the show, she is the voice of reason. Now, when I heard about this next story, it kind of shook me a little bit for Dr. Jackie. And let me just tell you what's going on. In this past season, and I must admit, I was hitting and missing with the episodes since they moved it to Friday. I wasn't able to catch it a lot of times. But what I did catch, I noticed that there were starting to be some problems in Dr. Jackie's marriage. Mainly, her husband wanted more of her time. And we know that Dr. Jackie is a very hardworking doctor and very dedicated to her practice. So it was hard for her to, you know, take some time away from her practice and all of the things that she was involved in to make time for Curtis. Now, on Curtis's side, he just seems to me that he didn't care what was going on in her life. He loved her and he wanted to spend time with her. Not to say that, he didn't respect her practice and all of that, but he just felt like that they were at a place in their lives where they could slow down, their careers, and spend more quality time with each other. Now, I had noticed that last season that Curtis was getting a little aggravated with the amount of time that Dr. Jackie spent working. I remember when they were looking for a house and Dr. Jackie wanted the condo, in the city, where everything is bustling. And Curtis wanted a more suburban feel like a home. And at that time, I was thinking to myself, does it really matter, Dr. Jackie? Make a compromise, for your marriage. Now, me being about their age, I can kind of understand both of their points. Let me just start with Curtis. I think what happens as you get older is you start to realize that money and status doesn't mean everything. I remember my grandfather telling me that, you can have all the money in the world and think that you're all that, but when you die, you can't take it with you. And he always used to say, you've never seen a hearse being followed by a U-Haul, meaning that when you're laid to rest in your grave, all your material possessions don't come with you. And I think for Curtis, he was at a point in his life where maybe his career didn't mean as much. It was the relationships in his life that meant more, mainly his marriage to his wife. He just wanted to spend time and I guess them travel and just be a loving couple. Now on Dr. Jackie's side, I understand where she was as a woman. She had a booming OB practice. She had her hands in a lot of things in the community, and she was fulfilling her life stream of being a doctor and being a vital part of her community. Dr. Jackie also went through breast cancer, and there was some feelings about that. She also went through, not being able to have a child. And I believe that because of those things in her life, Dr. Jackie threw herself into work, to compensate for what she was missing, like, as far as being a mother and, to get into breast cancer support and all of that. And I think Dr. Jackie took her focus off of her marriage and put her focus on her career because she was missing something in her life. And I think when Curtis didn't want to adopt, I think that shook the foundation of their marriage because Dr. Jackie really wanted a baby. We could tell that when he told her that he didn't want to adopt, it really hurt her. And I think that those things contributed to where their marriage is now. Now, there have been some allegations and some pictures that have come out that show Curtis on a vacation allegedly with another woman. Now, these pictures came out, and a lot of people are saying, that's definitely not Dr. Jackie. What is Curtis doing with this other woman? And it breaks our heart for them. And I think the reason why is because when you look at the show, the problems that the other couples are having, it would seem that they would be more, at a place where they're talking divorce or there's problems in their marriage. Dr. Jackie and Curtis seem to be the older couple in the group who has settled into their marriage and were having a working relationship. But I think, like I said, the fact that Dr. Jackie was so into her career, so into giving back to the community and doing things in the community, it took away time from her marriage and mainly her husband. And I think that maybe if Curtis is out there, with other women, and this is not, to give him an excuse, maybe he felt that he had been trying to tell her, that he needed her more. And when she didn't oblige, you know, he stepped out and found someone who would. Our mothers always tell us when we're in relationships and we start to have problems and things, and how your mom or your best girlfriend will say, what you won't do, another woman will. And it just makes me sad, for Dr. Jackie and Curtis, if these rumors are true, because I think those two love each other. Curtis loved Dr. Jackie through 2 bouts of cancer, and that shows you the character of that man. He loved her, you know, through not being able to conceive and, going through cancer. And I think he truly loves her. He just wants more of her. Now, on the other hand, I don't understand why Dr. Jackie couldn't see that. And I don't think so much that she couldn't see it, but I think Dr. Jackie was trying to fulfill something in her that she was missing, and it was at the expense maybe of her marriage. You know, you think of Quad and Dr. Simone and Mariah and all of the rest of the ladies, Lisa Nicole. Um, those folks have a lot more problems in their marriages that we can see up front. I think with Dr. Jackie and Curtis, the the division is something that if they really sat down and talked, I think that they would be able to work it out. Now, I don't know if Dr. Jackie would, forgive him if these rumors of him cheating are true. I don't think, well, let me just put it this way. I think it would be really hard for her with everything that she has dealt with, not being able to conceive, 2 bouts of cancer. I think this would shake Dr. Jackie to her core, and it would be hard for her to take that extra step to forgive him to save their marriage. You know what, y'all? All of this is really sad because, like I said, I thought that Dr. Jackie and her husband, were ones in the group that had found a balance, and we see that maybe they hadn't. Like I said, I didn't catch all of the episodes this season. I really hate that they moved it to Friday because a lot of times I forgot that it was even on. So, I missed a lot. And just sorry to hear this, this problem is going on in Dr. Jackie's marriage. And I hope, that it is something that her and Curtis can work out. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think that their marriage will survive if these cheating allegations are true? Do you think that if they actually just sat down and laid out what they need from each other, that they can work through it. I honestly believe that if they did, and with some counseling, these two actually might be able to make it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And on to the next story. This last story, y'all, is about the Bachelorette and this new Bachelorette, Rachel Lindsey. Now, forgive me, but y'all are going to have to help me with this one because I don't watch the show. I stopped watching those shows, The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, years ago. I watched a couple of seasons, and then after that, I lost interest. But the reason why I bring this one up is because I guess for the first time, they're going to have a black Bachelorette. And first of all, I wanted to know what y'all thought of that. You know, there are going to be black and white bachelors for her to choose from. And here we go with the swirling. I know a lot of people are not down for that. So I really wanted to dig in there and talk about this. Now, from what I'm understanding, at the finale of their last show, their previous season, I guess they introduced this new black bachelorette, and one of the bachelors had made a comment that he's ready to go black and never go back. And I guess Twitter lit him up because they said that that was an insensitive comment. Now, they said that the new bachelorette, this girl, Rachel Lindsey, took it all in stride and was very poised and, didn't make much of his comment. But I wanted to know what you guys thought of this. If they were to have a black bachelorette, do you think they should have had all black bachelors? Or, do you have a problem with, there being white guys, out there in the mix? You know, in the world that we live in, there are a lot of people that do date outside their race. And I just wanted to know what you think of this. Now, like I said, I don't watch the show. I don't even know if the show has actually started. Um, and she's into her season. But I was curious as to what people thought of this. You know, a lot of times, you have those people who are absolutely against swirling. And then you have people that say, well, whoever um, you love is your business and it's not for me to say. So on this, y'all, I just want to know your opinion. What do you think of the show? Are you watching it? Hell, when does it come on? Because like I said, I haven't watched these bachelorettes and bachelor shows and oh my God, I don't even know how many years. But with this one, I was just a little interested in what the fans think of it, particularly my sisters and brothers. So if y'all can leave your comments down in the comment section on this, I would really appreciate it. And with that, this is the end of the video, y'all. So I'm going to get on out of here. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. And as always, thank you for watching my video. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.